Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dive into motivation, personal growth, and turning challenges into opportunities. If you've ever felt stuck, discouraged, or unsure about your dreams, today's video is for you. We're talking about how to push through pain, embrace obstacles, and keep moving forward no matter what life throws at you. You'll learn why struggles are not the end, but the fuel for growth and transformation. So if you're ready to take control of your life, stay inspired, and unlock your full potential, hit that subscribe button and join our community now. Everyone has dreams and goals. Deep inside, each of us believes in something greater than our current circumstances. We believe that life can change, that problems can be solved, and that a better version of ourselves is possible. These beliefs may look different from person to person, but their essence is the same: hope for transformation. Some people dream of rebuilding a broken family and restoring trust that was once lost. Others want to regain their health, lose weight, or break free from habits that slowly destroy their confidence and strength. For many, the dream is independence, starting a business, changing careers, or finally doing work that feels meaningful instead of merely surviving day by day. These dreams are not random. They come from a deep inner understanding that we are capable of more. At first, motivation is strong. We feel inspired, energized, and certain that this time everything will work out. But as time passes, reality begins to test our faith. Progress feels slow. Obstacles appear, and doubt quietly creeps in. Weeks turn into months, and sometimes years, with little visible change. This is often the moment when people give up, not because the dream was wrong, but because the journey became uncomfortable. Yet dreams are not meant to be easy. They require patience, discipline, and the willingness to face discomfort. Struggles do not mean failure. They are evidence that growth is taking place. Every challenge teaches us something about ourselves, our limits, our fears, and our hidden strength. Believing in your dreams means choosing persistence over comfort. It means continuing to move forward even when results are not immediate. Change rarely happens overnight, but step by step it becomes real. When you hold on to your goals and act despite fear and doubt, you slowly transform not only your circumstances, but also who you are. And that transformation is what makes every dream worth pursuing. Disappointment is a natural part of the journey. No meaningful change happens in a straight line, and progress is rarely as fast or as visible as we hope. When months pass and nothing seems to improve, frustration begins to grow. When years go by without the results we expected, it becomes even harder to keep believing. In these moments, giving up can feel easier than continuing, and acceptance can quietly turn into surrender. Life has a way of testing patience. We invest time, effort, and emotion into our goals, yet reality often responds with silence. Plans fall apart, doors close, and outcomes do not match our expectations. Pain, loss, and failure are not signs that something is wrong with us. They are experiences shared by everyone who has ever tried to build something meaningful. Struggle is not an exception to life. It is one of its most consistent features. Disappointment hurts because it challenges our sense of control. We want our efforts to be rewarded fairly and on time, but life does not follow our schedule. This gap between expectation and reality can lead to self-doubt, bitterness, or emotional exhaustion. Many people stop not because they lack ability, but because they lose the emotional strength to keep going without visible proof that their efforts matter. However, disappointment also serves a purpose. It strips away illusions and forces us to confront what truly matters. It builds emotional endurance and teaches humility. Those who learn to sit with disappointment without letting it define them develop resilience that cannot be taught in comfortable moments. Accepting disappointment does not mean accepting defeat. It means understanding that pain, loss, and setbacks are normal chapters, not the final story. When you recognize disappointment as part of the process rather than a personal failure, you gain the strength to continue. Endurance, not avoidance, is what ultimately leads to growth and lasting change. Pain is inevitable, but it shapes who we become. No one moves through life untouched by suffering. Loss, disappointment, and hardship leave marks on us, whether we want them to or not. These experiences carve themselves into our character, forcing us to confront parts of ourselves we might otherwise never see. Pain does not ask for permission, and it does not wait for the right moment. It arrives when life feels most fragile, and that is precisely why its impact is so powerful. Suffering always leaves a trace. Even when the wounds heal, something remains. A memory, a lesson, a deeper awareness of reality. In difficult moments, it may feel as though pain is only destroying, taking away comfort, confidence, or direction. Yet beneath the surface, it is also creating something. It builds depth, patience, and emotional strength that cannot be gained through ease or success alone. You will go through it. That is unavoidable, but you will not come out the same. Pain changes the way you see the world, the way you understand others, and the way you understand yourself. It can soften your heart or harden it, depending on how you respond. It can make you bitter, or it can make you wiser. The experience itself is neutral. The transformation is a choice. Often, the strongest people are not those who avoided suffering, but those who endured it and learned from it. They carry a quiet resilience, an unspoken understanding that life is fragile and precious at the same time. Their strength is not loud or aggressive, it is steady and grounded. Pain does not mean the end of your story. It is a chapter, painful, uncomfortable, and necessary. One day you will look back and realize that the hardest moments shaped your values, clarified your priorities, and revealed a strength you did not know you had. You will survive it, and when you do, you will be different, not broken, but transformed. How pain changes you depends on you. Pain itself is unavoidable, but its outcome is not predetermined. When life hurts, when expectations collapse and hope feels distant, you stand at a quiet crossroads. One path leads toward bitterness and surrender, the other towards strength and renewal. The experience may be the same, but the direction you take is a personal choice. It is easy to become hardened by pain. Disappointment can slowly turn into resentment, and repeated setbacks can convince you that effort is pointless. When pain is left unchecked, it can close the heart, narrow perspective, and drain motivation. Many people give up not because they are weak, but because they allow pain to define their identity and limit their future. Yet pain can also become a source of power. When faced honestly, it forces reflection and growth. It asks difficult questions. What truly matters? What am I willing to fight for? In answering them, people often discover a deeper sense of purpose. Pain can sharpen focus, awaken determination, and ignite a new kind of inspiration, one rooted not in comfort, but in resilience. Becoming stronger does not mean ignoring or denying pain. It means acknowledging it without letting it control your actions. Strength is choosing to keep moving forward even when motivation is low and progress feels slow. It is learning from failure instead of hiding from it. Those who grow through pain often find new paths they never considered before. Old dreams may evolve and new ones may emerge. The journey continues not because the pain disappeared, but because it was transformed into fuel rather than an obstacle. Pain will visit everyone. Whether it leaves you defeated or renewed depends on how you respond. You can allow it to break your spirit, or you can use it to build a stronger foundation. The choice is rarely easy, but it is always yours. Pain is not an enemy, but a tool for growth. Although it feels uncomfortable and often unfair, pain does not exist to stop us. Its deeper purpose is to prepare us, strengthen us, and shape our character. Without pain, much of our potential would remain dormant, untouched by challenge, and untested by reality. Most people naturally try to avoid pain, seeing it only as a signal of failure or loss. Yet some of the most important lessons in life come from moments of struggle. Pain exposes weaknesses that comfort hides. It reveals where discipline is lacking, where boundaries are weak, and where growth is needed. In this way, pain acts like a teacher, demanding, relentless, but ultimately valuable. Character is not built in ease. It is forged through resistance, pressure, and difficulty. Every setback tests patience. Every disappointment tests perseverance. Every loss tests emotional maturity. When faced with pain, you are given an opportunity to develop qualities that cannot be learned in moments of success alone: resilience, humility, courage, and self-control. Pain also prepares you for future challenges. Once you have endured hardship, smaller obstacles lose their power. What once felt overwhelming becomes manageable. You gain confidence not from comfort, but from knowing that you survived something difficult and continued forward. This inner strength cannot be taken away because it was earned. Using pain as a tool requires a shift in perspective. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" the question becomes, "What is this preparing me for?" This mindset does not remove the discomfort, but it gives it meaning. Pain becomes part of progress rather than a sign to quit. Pain will challenge you, shape you, and test you. But if you allow it to do its work, it will not destroy you. It will refine you. In the end, pain does not weaken those who grow through it. It builds them into something stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. Taking responsibility for mistakes is an essential part of growing up. Maturity begins when we stop blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck for everything that goes wrong and start looking honestly at our own choices. Sometimes the difficulties we face are not the result of fate, but of decisions we made along the way. Recognizing this truth can be uncomfortable, but it is also empowering. It is easier to avoid responsibility than to accept it. Admitting mistakes can feel like admitting weakness, failure, or inadequacy, yet the opposite is true. Taking responsibility is a sign of strength and self-awareness. It means acknowledging that while we cannot control everything, we do have control over our actions, reactions, and future decisions. Many problems are self-created. Poor financial choices, unhealthy relationships, neglected health, or ignored warning signs often lead to consequences that bring pain and regret. Growth does not begin when we deny these realities, but when we face them directly. Responsibility allows us to learn instead of repeat the same patterns over and over again. Accepting responsibility does not mean living in guilt or self-punishment. It means understanding cause and effect. It means asking, "What can I do differently next time?" rather than, "Why does this always happen to me?" This shift in mindset transforms mistakes into lessons instead of life sentences. When you take responsibility, you reclaim power over your life. Blame keeps you stuck, but ownership creates movement. It opens the door to change, improvement, and personal development. Without responsibility, growth is impossible because growth requires honest self-evaluation. Everyone makes mistakes. They are unavoidable. What separates those who grow from those who stay stuck is not perfection, but accountability. When you accept responsibility for your choices, you stop being a victim of circumstances and start becoming an active participant in your own life. That is where true maturity and lasting growth begin. Giving up means making pain meaningless. Every struggle, every setback, and every difficult moment you endured carries potential value. When you quit, that value is lost. The effort, the lessons, and the growth that could have emerged from hardship remain unfinished. Pain becomes wasted not because it happened, but because it was never transformed into something greater. Hardships are not random punishments. They are opportunities disguised as resistance. Each challenge offers a chance to develop strength, patience, and clarity. When you walk away too early, you leave these lessons unclaimed. The pain still exists, but it serves no purpose beyond suffering. Continuing forward gives meaning to what you went through. Many people quit not because they are incapable, but because the discomfort feels endless. Progress often happens slowly and invisibly. There are moments when effort seems unrewarded and hope feels distant, yet these moments are often where the most important internal changes occur. Endurance is built quietly, long before success becomes visible. Struggles refine character. They teach resilience, discipline, and humility. Without difficulty, there is no reason to develop these qualities. Giving up interrupts this process. It freezes growth at the point where transformation was just beginning. What feels like failure is often the final test before progress appears. Choosing not to give up does not guarantee immediate success, but it ensures that your pain was not in vain. Even if the outcome changes, the strength gained remains with you. You become better equipped for future challenges, wiser in decision-making, and more confident in your ability to endure. Difficulties are not signals to stop. They are invitations to rise. When you continue despite pain, you honor the effort you have already invested. Growth happens when you decide that your struggles will shape you, not defeat you. Giving up ends the story prematurely. Perseverance turns pain into progress and hardship into meaning. Some people say that if your dream hasn't happened yet, maybe it's just not meant for you. But I completely disagree, and I want to hear what you think. Are failures really signs to quit, or are they proof that we're on the right path? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Challenge me, challenge each other, and let's get real about what it takes to succeed. And if you want more honest, no BS motivation like this, don't forget to subscribe and join the conversation. Dreams are often buried because of failure and fear. Rarely do people abandon their dreams all at once. More often, they slowly drift away from them after setbacks, disappointments, and painful experiences. A single mistake, a broken relationship, or a harsh opinion can be enough to make someone doubt what once felt possible. Failures have a powerful voice. They whisper that trying again is dangerous, that hope leads only to disappointment. Divorce, financial loss, or public embarrassment can shake confidence to its core. Over time, self-belief weakens, and low self-esteem replaces ambition. People begin to tell themselves that dreaming is childish, unrealistic, or irresponsible. In reality, this is fear trying to protect them from further pain. The opinions of others also play a significant role. Family, friends, or society may label certain dreams as impractical or foolish. When these voices are repeated often enough, they start to sound like truth. Many dreams are buried not because they are impossible, but because approval from others feels safer than faith in oneself. Fear convinces people to choose comfort over potential. Staying in familiar situations, even unhappy ones, can feel less risky than pursuing something uncertain. Over time, dreams are pushed aside, covered by responsibilities, excuses, and routines. Eventually, they fade into the background, remembered only as what could have been. Yet, a buried dream is not a dead dream. It remains alive beneath fear, waiting for courage to uncover it. Mistakes, divorces, and failures do not erase purpose, they refine it. Fear may silence dreams for a time, but it cannot destroy them unless we allow it. Remembering your dream requires honesty and bravery. It means questioning the fears that buried it and the voices that told you to stop. When you choose to face fear instead of obey it, you give your dream a chance to breathe again, and with that, a chance to become real. A dream is not dead. It is waiting for its time. Many people believe that missed opportunities mean permanent failure. But this belief is often an illusion created by fear and disappointment. Just because a dream did not come true when you first pursued it does not mean it no longer belongs to you. Sometimes it simply means the timing was not right. Life unfolds in seasons.
There are moments for preparation, moments for struggle, and moments for action. When a dream is delayed, it is often because something within us still needs to grow. Skills, discipline, confidence, or clarity. What feels like rejection may actually be protection, guiding you toward becoming the person capable of carrying that dream forward. It is never too late to return and try again. Age, past mistakes, and previous failures do not cancel purpose. They add depth. Every experience you have lived through becomes part of your foundation. When you come back to a dream after time has passed, you do so with greater awareness and strength than before. Resistance is not a sign that you should quit. In many cases, it is proof that potential exists. Meaningful dreams attract obstacles because they demand growth. If there were nothing special inside you, nothing valuable waiting to emerge, there would be no challenge pushing back. Resistance reveals that something important is at stake. The presence of fear, difficulty, or opposition often means you are close to something that matters. Comfort rarely produces transformation. Growth requires tension, effort, and courage. When you feel resistance, ask yourself not whether you are capable, but whether you are willing. Your dream is still alive. It has been shaped by time, strengthened by experience, and clarified by struggle. When you choose to return to it, despite fear and doubt, you activate its next chapter. The right time is not always obvious, but when you move with intention and persistence, that time begins now.
Obstacles are a sign that you are on the right path. When you pursue something meaningful, challenges are inevitable. Life has a way of testing ambition and determination, especially when the goal is significant. If your dream were empty, meaningless, or unimportant, you would face little resistance. The very presence of difficulty is proof that your efforts matter. Every struggle, every barrier, every moment of doubt is a signal that you are pushing against limits, both external and internal. The universe does not make it easy to achieve something valuable because the process itself is part of the reward. Obstacles are not punishments. They are markers that you are moving toward growth. They separate fleeting desires from true commitment. Challenges also reveal your strengths and weaknesses. They force you to adapt, to innovate, and to persist. Without obstacles, you would never discover the depth of your resilience or the creativity you can bring to problem solving. Resistance demands focus, patience, and courage, and these qualities are what allow dreams to transform into reality. It is easy to mistake obstacles for failure. When plans collapse, support is lacking, or progress seems invisible, the instinct is often to stop. Yet giving up at these moments is precisely the wrong response. The harder the path, the more worthwhile the journey. Obstacles are an indication that your goal is significant enough to challenge you, and that the results, when achieved, will be meaningful. Instead of avoiding difficulty, embrace it as part of the process. Every challenge is a test of commitment and a chance to grow stronger. Recognize that resistance is not a sign that you are on the wrong path, but a sign that the path is real. The struggle confirms the value of your dream. If your dream matters, you will encounter resistance. That resistance is proof that you are moving in the right direction. Obstacles are not walls meant to stop you. They are stepping stones that prepare you for the next level of achievement. The path is hard because it is worth it. Temporary difficulties are not the end of the story. Life often presents challenges that feel overwhelming in the moment: financial hardship, rejection, illness, or repeated failures. It is easy to see these events as final, as though they define the rest of your life. Yet these obstacles are not permanent. They are phases, chapters in a larger narrative that continues beyond the immediate struggle. Every challenge carries lessons and opportunities, even when they are hidden by discomfort or fear. Hardship forces reflection, problem-solving, and adaptation. It teaches resilience and patience, often revealing inner strengths you did not know you had. What seems like a setback is often a step in preparation for future growth. A single obstacle does not determine your destiny. How you respond to it does. Rejection, financial difficulty, or a negative diagnosis can feel like judgment or punishment, but they are not verdicts. They are circumstances that require adjustment, not surrender. Life does not end because one plan fails or one door closes. The story continues, and new opportunities will arise if you persist and remain open to change. Temporary setbacks do not erase your potential, they refine it. Many of the most successful people faced moments that seemed impossible. They experienced failure, health crises, and rejection, yet they did not allow those moments to define the trajectory of their lives. Each challenge became part of their growth, shaping character, deepening perspective, and strengthening resolve. Understanding that difficulties are temporary shifts perspective from fear to action. It encourages patience, perseverance, and a proactive approach. You learn to navigate life with flexibility, resilience, and hope. No matter how difficult a situation feels, it is only one chapter in a much larger story. Temporary struggles are not the final word. They are opportunities to grow, prepare, and build the foundation for future success. With time, effort, and persistence, these challenges pass, and the story continues, often stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. Everything begins with the right mindset. Success, growth, and fulfillment are rarely dictated solely by external circumstances. They start within. How you perceive challenges, opportunities, and even yourself shapes the path you take. A positive, determined, and focused mindset becomes the foundation for action, persistence, and achievement. Without it, even the best plans can falter, while with it, obstacles can be overcome and potential unlocked. Being in the right place at the right time is not always obvious, but it is often true. Life presents opportunities that align with your preparation, your skills, and your readiness, sometimes subtly, sometimes unmistakably. Recognizing that moment requires clarity of mind and belief in yourself. Doubts, fear, or hesitation can blind you to possibilities, while confidence and focus allow you to see the doors that are already open. Shaking off doubts is crucial. Every person faces moments of uncertainty, insecurity, or self-questioning. These doubts are natural, but they become dangerous when allowed to dominate thoughts and decisions. The right mindset is not the absence of fear, it is the ability to act in spite of it. It transforms hesitation into determination and worry into preparation. Belief in yourself, your goals, and your capacity to handle challenges fuels the courage to take the next step, even when the path is unclear. Mindset also affects resilience. When setbacks occur, a strong inner attitude allows you to recover faster, adjust plans, and continue forward. It helps you interpret challenges as temporary and solvable, rather than permanent obstacles. Ultimately, progress, opportunity, and fulfillment begin inside. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and intentions with purpose, you maximize the potential of the circumstances around you. You are already in the right place at the right time. Now you must act with confidence, faith, and clarity. Believing in yourself is the first step, and from that foundation, everything else becomes possible. The present moment is now. Life does not wait for the perfect conditions, the ideal timing, or a future someday. Change, growth, and progress begin in the here and now. The choices you make today, the mindset you embrace, and the actions you take shape the course of your life.
Every moment is an opportunity to reset, refocus, and move toward your goals, no matter what has happened in the past. This year can be a turning point, a period for recovery, growth, new opportunities, and forward movement. It does not matter what setbacks, failures, or disappointments you have faced before. The present is your chance to redefine what is possible. Time is not wasted if you use it to rebuild your strength, sharpen your skills, and clarify your purpose. Each day is a building block that contributes to progress, even if the steps are small or unseen. Recovery is not just physical or emotional, it is mental, spiritual, and practical. It involves letting go of what no longer serves you, learning from past experiences, and choosing to focus energy on actions that bring you closer to your dreams. Growth comes when you step outside comfort, face challenges, and embrace learning through experience. Opportunities appear when you remain open, alert, and willing to act, even when fear or uncertainty is present. Forward movement requires deliberate action. It is easy to wait for the right time, but the right time is often created by action itself. Momentum grows when small steps accumulate, and persistence transforms effort into results. This year is not just a sequence of days, it is a chance to reclaim energy, confidence, and purpose. It is your moment to start fresh, to turn lessons into strategy, and to take control of your path. The present is powerful because it is immediate, real, and actionable. By embracing now, you harness the potential for recovery, growth, and opportunity, and you begin moving forward in the most meaningful way possible.
And that's a wrap for today. Remember, your struggles, your pain, and your setbacks are not the end. They are the stepping stones to your growth and success. Keep moving forward, trust the process, and never give up on your dreams, no matter how long it takes. If you found this video inspiring, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss new content that can help you level up your life. And while you're here, check out our other videos for more motivation, strategies, and insights to keep pushing forward every single day.